Hello everyone, I'm Christopher Disciple Allen, and welcome to Disciple's Quest to become the very best shoutcaster ever. I am happy to bring you today some solo queue with Baby Zeus, and we will go ahead and see everyone else who is on his team. And today is officially sponsored by Coke Zero. I'm pretty thirsty, and what is that? Is that a Coke Zero sitting on my desk that I brought from work so that I could do this? It appears to be. Let's get right in game. Oh, I'm a dork. Our load screen is about to pop up here. Just hold your horses. Not everything went down. Come on. I mean, there we go. And so we can see our champions here. We have, on the blue team, Baby Zeus going to be playing Nidalee in the mid lane. Captain Ziploc on Morgana in the top. Level 60 mage playing that Lee Sin in the jungle. 1984 with Tristana as AD carry being supported by Tell Me Baby playing that Forecast Janna. On our red team, we have Galaxy Rider playing in the top lane as Shyvana. TMNK on Draven supported by TM Trey. Those clan buddies. TM BB on Olaf and TM Cyril on Syndra. Oh, this is actually going to be ranked 5s. This isn't solo queue. I'm a silly man. Well, I will let RAPiD know that these are some pretty good ranked 5s, so hopefully he can come join me as we situate everyone here on our scoreboard so we can compare who's doing well, who's not doing so hot, and ultimately who's going to come out ahead here in this game. Let me change over my overlay so you can see my face. You can see these wonderful team names creatively titled blue and red. I'm going to go ahead and pop in to let RAPiD know that we have a good game here, and I'm gonna have a difficult time doing so as I try to navigate all of my various monitors, which happen to be a laptop and a tablet. Boop boop boop. There we go.
I was asking what's going on and see what's up. Public speaking's always useful, yeah.
Hey, RAPiD.
Why, hello there.
What's up, my man? You should come over here to Baby Zeus and Captain Ziploc playing in ranked 5s.
Ranked 5s, all right. Well, then I will just hop right onto the bandwagon.
Perfect. And we just missed our first blood as Galaxy Rider now gets caught up. This could be a potential second blood over here from this blue team, but he flashes away. Going to get out of that. The body lock comes in from that javelin toss. And yeah, this looks like it's going to be a pretty good game. I mean, some challenger level players out here battling on the Rift 5v5.
All right, so let me go ahead and hop right on into the game in question. I'll be in there in just a second, as soon as I can find Baby Zeus here, and spectate, loading it.
Perfect. And so this is going to be an interesting composition. We can see a top lane Morgana from Captain Ziploc, which is something we don't see too often.
Yeah, top lane Morgana, you know, Captain Ziploc is their jungler, so he does jungle Morgana. So I'm not sure why he's playing at top lane, because Chris, their former top laner, went over to, I think it's VVV Gaming, so won't see that there, but yeah, hi, I'm January 1st. Okay, so wait a second. All right, so what Captain Ziploc's doing, he's subbing in here, because Baby Zeus and the rest of these guys have been playing on a team for a while. I'm not sure why Ziploc is subbing, if they're like missing a player, but it's playing Morgana against a Shyvana. That is it's not going to work.
Well, what it does mean is that Shyvana has to stay close to you to continuously deal damage, which means that the stun from the Soul Shackles is going to land. If you try to go aggressively, then Shyvana can drag his ascent out of the Soul Shackles, but it's going to at least create a defensive position for Captain Ziploc to be able to farm up.
I mean, I definitely see what you're talking about there. The only problem that I'm finding with that is that when you think about how Shyvana's supposed to work in team fights and how Morgana's supposed to work in team fights, they both work very similarly. The only problem is that Shyvana just needs like tank items, whereas Captain Ziploc, outside of Azania's Hourglass, which is going to be core, is just going to kind of blow up. So once again, we have the damage versus tankiness that we just saw in our last game. Tankiness definitely wins out. Damage may win you some early game, but in the end game, you need those big tanks, and that is what Galaxy Raider is going to do. That's what TMBB, Tank Olaf, is going to do. So it's a little bit light there, just pretty much Lee Sin being the only tank there for the blue team.
Ooh, Captain Zilbot could be caught out in a rough spot here. There is TMBB coming in there. He gets the slow from the undertow on, and he's going to try to go in with the vicious strikes, but he could be in a rough spot. Level 60 Mage to return some damage, but is ignited up. Falls low, dies to Galaxy Rider there. Oh, but the Javelin Toss comes across. Galaxy Rider falls low, but the stun is there from Cyworld. All of the fighting happening here in the river. The flash in from Baby Zeus grabbing the kill out there with an excellent Javelin. But Cyworld taking the kill out onto Morgana, a 2 for 2, I believe.
Wow, yeah, that was actually really good. And, I think that's actually just a 1 for 1. I think there's totally 2 for 2, and if we did already see
right, level 60 Mage. Oh wait, you're right. I thought level 60 Mage died as well.
Nope. Fortunately, level 60 Mage got out alive and is just now coming out of base. See, level 3 doesn't actually opt to complete anything out of the Hunter's Machete, but does have that Doran's Blade for a lot of early pressure as well as Cloth Armor, so just going for maximum effectiveness early on. You're actually going to see Baby Zeus recall from that top lane as now Morgana is rotating back to mid.
Right, okay, so Morgana is going to meet up with Syndra in the mid lane. They feel like Nidalee can do a little bit more work up there. That's definitely going to be more meta with Nidalee going up to the top lane, or they might both be going mid. Typical duo mid. Oh, level 60 Mage coming in there, gets the slow, but misses the Sonic Wave. NK not quite getting knocked up there, and Trey with an excellent flay there for the disengage.
Yeah, so Trey and NK are going to get back to base, but still a very strong push in that bottom lane. Wave, they should just hard push this into the turret and either get damage or get a free trip back to base. But I think they actually are expecting them to stay, because they're not fast pushing the bottom lane, which is kind of, I mean, that's what you do. You get a gank, you push the lane, you make them lose CS, put damage on the turret, and then get a free trip back to base. But not actually using that advantage, just content to freeze the wave. Want to have that advantage when their opponents get back to base, but now it's in the mid lane.
Oh, yes, it is. The sun comes across on the Baby Zeus. TMBB is there. Is he going to quite get it? Baby Zeus uses the barrier. The turret strike comes across, and there's a Sonic Wave to catch out Cyworld after he flashes away. The Tempest Cripple is there for the slow as well. The double kill falls to level 60 Mage.
Yeah, and level 60 Mage, man, that extra kill, 2 and 1 now. One of the strongest members of the team. Definitely have to keep an eye on that guy. But if you're looking for action, back down in the bottom lane, 1984.
Ooh, I did not quite catch that, but the Ignite is down. He's able to flash away and barrier up the last tick of damage. Trey wants to continue in there, but NK quite can't get that, but that's going to be Tell Me Baby falling here. The Flay keeping him back for long enough to Draven to rack in that kill. A lot of gold coming down to Draven there with the early kill. Let me see how much he got on his passive there. 250 bonus gold.
All right, yeah, so a ton of extra gold there, and that's the snowball just getting started rolling. Didn't actually have all that many adoration stacks, but early stacks.
Oh, there's level 60 Mage up in the top lane. The Dragon Scent comes across, but level 60 Mage is able to follow him up. The Cripple is there for the slow. Can Captain Ziploc land this skill shot? He's going to go for it under the turret. Level 60 Mage has to stop that. The flash away, and the turret strike's going to take out level 60 Mage. Galaxy Rider kiting this one out in the top lane.
And there you go. It's just it's just the same thing we saw Ackerman do in the last game. Just run back to your turret, kite around, get that last little bit of damage. BB is coming in though.
Ooh, the flash away from the undertow is going to keep Captain Ziploc safe.
Just barely, but I gotta say there's so many like close exchanges that it's really just gonna go one way or another. Baby's just back in the mid lane, playing Nidalee. Not that I've seen it play all that often, but going in onto Cyworld, all it's gonna take is one spear, throws it out there, won't land.
Not quite. Not quite.
Whew. That was
Yeah, definitely. And this game is definitely close. I mean, 4-4, only 300 gold separating the two of them. And that's really going to fall to the extra gold from the Draven passive, honestly. This is really as close as it can get 7 minutes in. Now that we're starting to get close to level 6, I expect to see some dragon attempts soon.
And my client has just officially crashed. That is unfortunate.
Hooray,
so
you're
loading back in.
You're cosplaying me today. Well, I will go ahead and keep you filled in with all of the action. Or at least as much of it as I can fit in. Oh, the ping comes down. Level 60 Mage is going in here. He wants to get the seal into the blue buff. The double ward comes across to try and keep that safe. A lovely Draven ward in there. Level 60 Mage wants this, but he's standing on top of a ward. He has to be careful. TM Trey coming up there is going to spot him out and could definitely get a nice Flayer Descendant on him. Oh, level 60 Mage sneaking around here onto the blue buff. It is hiding away in that bush. Baby Zeus and level 60 Mage are here. The Tempest Cripple going to fall into TM Trey, but BB is there. The Dragon's Rage over the wall, though. TM Trey going to fall down there in the river. And there's the aggressive jump over from 1984, trying to go into TM NK. Level 60 Mage jumps across, gets the auto attacks down, grabs a kill on TMNK. Baby Zeus can't quite follow it up. 1984 now tanking up the turret, gets caught up by the undertow and is going to fall there to the turret. The kill going over to BB there.
I actually expected level 60 Mage to do a lot more in that fight, but he made his plays early on and did them very, very well. That's Dragon's Rage over the wall.
Oh, that was beautiful. I was so impressed by that. But I mean, ultimately, it did set up a really good position for this Dragon. If they decide to take it, they're going to decide not to, especially with Cyworld, ultimately.
I get it, because it's an ultimate. Yeah, the Dragon not going to go down just yet. Pink Ward will allow us a little bit of ward to clear out there by the Dragon. So at least for now, no team really having control over that objective just yet. Team fights still being split pretty evenly. Yeah,
and Baby Zeus actually looking really strong here. RAPiD, how many deaths does Baby Zeus have?
Baby Zeus is currently sitting at 0.
0, just like the number of calories in this delicious Coke Zero.
Oh, it's almost like that's a sponsor or something for like
something
League of Legends related.
Riot, please.
I too am drinking from my giant red Coca-Cola cup, so
ooh.
I have my sponsor. I'm raising my sponsorships as well.
Attempted
steal at the red, or at least some damage down onto BB. Not gonna help him out there. The team names, in case you guys are wondering, are accurate. I've just now updated them. It's JG Wentworth, the team in the blue, versus January 1st.
Oh, level 60 Mage comes in and gets a Dragon Rage around, but Cyworld is going to be able to dodge out of that one, and level 60 Mage bit off a little bit more than he could chew there.
And as the strongest member of the team, the hardest thing about being aggressive, putting your kills to use, is not dying for it. And you can see it started out with a very strong lead, now 3-3. Starting to have a little bit of trouble. Teleport in the bottom lane, though.
Oh, TMNK is going to get caught out there by the Soul Shackle. The stun will land there, and he will die there to the auto attack from Captain Ziploc.
Yeah, a little bit of extra help by Tell Me Baby, who threw down a nice sad little rain cloud that rained all over NK's parade. Slowed him down there, kept him in those Soul Shackles. And now it's actually BB back in the middle lane, is going to try to clear things out, but still dropped very, very low. Get some relief there. Death Sentence, though, over the wall on to Tell Me Baby. Still going to be able to take down that ward. Just a little bit of extra harass.
Do you want to remind me on these team names so I can go ahead and update them as well?
All right, it is JG Wentworth, the team in the blue, taking on January 1st, or I believe the full, technically accurate team name is Hi, It's January 1st.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, great. And we are just really seeing blue team pulling ahead slightly, but not so much. It still is really anyone's game. If we get into the late game here, RAPiD, who do you think is really going to pull ahead?
The team with more tanks, that would of course be January 1st. It's pretty rough when you don't have tanks later on. Somebody's gonna have to bite the bullet and go in. The thing that JG Wentworth do have going for them is they do have poke, and with Baby Zeus being so strong so early, that does give them a lot of chance to set up some siege situations, really put down a lot of poke damage, but still in laning phase, so that's not really going to be felt just yet, and Baby Zeus is gonna get ganked.
Oh, entirely true. Baby Zeus is there, getting taken low, but he's going to be able to flash away from there. The ultimate comes across from Syndra, not quite doing enough damage, but BB is there, going to grab it out with the true damage. Level 60 Mage does answer it with the Resonating Strike, grabbing up a 1-for-1. BB has to back out off of this one.
And there you go. So it was an attempt at a dive that it was a little bit rough, but then all of a sudden you got BB who just said, hey, look, we're picking up a kill here. Threw down his ult, got underneath the turret.
Oh, the fight breaks out in the bottom lane. NK actually going really aggressively onto 1984. He comes out with a Whirling Death, but there is going to be the rocket jump to avoid the second hit of that. This is a really interesting game, but like you just said, with the failed dive, that's really happened on both sides, back and forth. Just everyone going a little bit too aggressively. We see 16 kills here just 13 minutes into the game, and that's a lot more than you typically see in a high-level match.
Yeah, it's been very, very aggressive. Keep in mind, Team Green Forest, the team that we were just spectating, was one of the top Challenger teams. Neither one of these teams are Challenger just yet, but they are actually made up of all Challenger players. The TM team, that's January 1st, they actually have a lot of a lot of teams. They have a team called Late Challenger that made it up to Diamond 1, but never hit Challenger. Oh,
Cyworld falls low there, gets this stun on the Baby Zeus, though, and that's going to be enough to keep him alive for now. Baby Zeus now could get caught out. The slow going to land there from Syndra, and the constant undertows from BB going to prove Baby Zeus's death. He can't quite turn around with the javelin throw.
Man, how do you run away from a ghosted Olaf? Great predictions there. Every single axe hitting by BB, and like that can look really rough to deal with. Like, how do you counter that out? But you actually have to hit every single one of those axes, and against a mobile Nidalee player, that can be a little bit rough.
Ooh, the dragon gets taken, and now level 60 mage could be in a rough spot. He tried jump over the wall, but he gets an excellent Dragon's Rage on 4 of them. Gets taken down, leaves everyone low, but there's no follow-up from the team, and they're all going to survive that one.
Wide heal, rapid. Tell me more damage. You get extra AD when you ult. Interesting to see Olaf ult as it takes away his armor for tanking the tower. Yeah, he just wanted to pick up a kill. He's like, screw it, we're going in for the kills. So that's what happened. 9-9 even in kills, but you got to look at where those kills are. 4, 4, and 4. Level 60 mage definitely keeping it even there. Can't wait to see him hit hit 5 kills, so we can see all 5, and then maybe see if he can cast like level 5 death on something, and maybe then level 5.
Yeah, we'll see if he's raising his doom today.
All right, either way, we got a big wave in the mid lane there for Cyworld. He's going to have to clear it out while dodging all the spears from Baby Zeus. Baby Zeus started out 3-0-3, but now has died 2 times in a row without picking up any extra kills, and you can see about a 20 CS advantage there in the mid lane too, so definitely something to keep an eye on. I can't decide whether... Okay, got the Ziploc, almost made it out of there. There's the Black Shield and the nice binding on the Galaxy Rider, but... Galaxy Rider has a spirit visage, or visage as we're calling it tonight.
And everyone in my chat hates that we call it that, so I think I'm going to continue with the visage massage.
Alright, we can have...
Oh, the javelin leveling Cyworld there. Ouch.
Alright, yeah, Cyworld down to about 500 hit points. That's going to be rough to deal with, especially if you keep getting chunked like that for the same amount of damage. It's like that's what's going to make up for not having a lot of tanks on this team.
Right. I like the pickup of his Chalice of Harmony there for the Magic Resistance introduction, since he is having a hard time to that, but he's still just not going to be able to survive in this lane very long, barely dodging away from the javelin toss. Almost some aggression there in the mid lane. Actually, Trey's going to go for it here. No, not quite. They're not quite confident enough. Although they do have a Shyvana collapsing in from the top lane. The timing's not quite right there. Baby Zeus trying to turn it around, gets slowed up by the undertow. That could be his downfall, but the Dragon's Rage away is going to force Galaxy Rider out for a bit. The war jump from level 60 mage gets him away for a second until he gets slowed up once again by the undertow. The damage is coming across. Level 60 mage going to fall there to the Dragon's Descent. Actually, the burnout damage killing him there. Galaxy Rider tries to continue on. Captain Ziploc also was able to finish off Cyworld there.
Yeah, Cyworld ran around the corner blind. Captain Ziploc's on the other side. It's like, oh, hey, let me just ult you and kill you. No way you can escape. Does pick up the kill there. So a nice turnaround as Captain Ziploc grabs a kill, but at the same time, a little bit rough to see that to see Cyworld go down just off of not having enough vision.
Yeah, definitely just a mistake there with not enough communication, since they just went a little bit overzealously into that turret dive there.
Yeah. Anytime you're caught out behind diving double turrets, that's not what you want to go for. Objective's always the better thing to go up and hit, and so you definitely want to make sure that you're not diving too aggressively just to pick up kills. I feel like that's something that a lot of solo queue players do, especially in solo queue, but hey, these are ranked 5s, it's a lot more organized. Right,
they definitely are more organized. We still do see mistakes, though, which those professional teams won't make, and that's the difference that we see, but we still are seeing some really smart decision making. A lot of warding across the map, especially around the middle here from our blue team. JG Wentworth really with some impressive vision control there, and they aren't going to be the ones walking around any corners blind.
All right, well, speaking of blinds, I've decided that because there's another voice on my stream, we need to have another body on my stream, so every time you talk, it's actually going to be Teemo casting for you. So
wait, okay.
You can pick between Teemo and Amumu.
Teemo, please. Teemo.
All right. we got Cottontail Teemo here. This is Disciple, and every time Disciple casts, little baby Teemo is going to cast for it.
Okay, right? I need to go to your stream. I need to see this for myself.
I'm gonna highlight it on me because my wall is white. So we got little baby Teemo. He's like super excited. Where's his arm? I'm so excited.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right, Teemo. So tell us what's going on.
All right, well, at this point in the game, we can really see... Oh, Baby Zeus getting taken low there from the ultimate. The Flash Descent is not going to be enough to catch him out, but this will be the mid lane turret taken. 4 members of our red team here to take it down. Our red team is... My name is January 1st. Captain Ziploc getting this shutdown in the top lane, finally grabbing the kill onto Galaxy Rider there, his first of the game.
But if you look in the mid lane, there's a mid turret going down. It's the second turret in a row. So I mean, that's cool to take objectives like that, and especially with the dragon control that we saw earlier. There's actually a lot more just straight up global gold, given that 2,000 gold lead over to January 1st.
Definitely true. They're looking for the collapse up here onto Captain Ziploc, and he is going to be caught in a rough spot. He can't quite finish out his recall there. He's instead going to turn for the turret. Turn around. He is a little indecisive here. The turret does fall to the minions. He's trying to escape here, but I don't think it's going to be possible. The undertow misses, but it's not going to matter. He recalls there, but doesn't quite channel in time. He needed that mastery point, you know, for the reduced recall time.
I mean, it's a second off your recall time. I take that every single game. You never know when it's going to save your life.
That was definitely the key. Mastery. That was the key at the end. He would have been home free.
A little bit rough there. Middle turret will fall. That's 2 turrets to 2 now tied up. 2 turrets dropping right one after another there in favor of JG Wentworth. So they're going to cash in on that one. Now with the continual spears to come out there, Baby Zeus is starting to come back into his own. As that Zhonya's hourglass, the Zhonya's is complete for Morgana. The reason we don't see a Zhonya's or anything big out there for Baby Zeus is because he has 2,000 gold in his inventory.
Yeah, Baby Zeus is definitely building up to buy something huge with this... impending recall? Nope, he's just going to be content to keep throwing javelins. The dragon is now up. Great timers from both teams, but Captain Ziploc isn't quite going to be there for the fight, so this is going to be red team with 5 bodies. Begging down on it, level 60 mage. Can you quite get in there? He throws out the dragon, or the resonating strike, but can't quite get in. He is falling low in the middle of the fight. A huge stun landing onto 3 of them. Tell Me Baby tries to throw the monsoon in the middle there, but can't quite survive out of that one. Now Captain Ziploc forced to Zhonya's there, going to get caught immediately after tries and return some damage onto Trey, but falls.
Okay, you mentioned that that level 60 mage didn't use Dragon's Rage immediately as soon as he got into the pit. Usually you want to kick the enemy jungler away from the dragon so he can't smite and you can. But right as Lee Sin used that Dragon's Rage, Galaxy Raider ulted. The only problem is that it kicked Galaxy Raider out of his own ultimate, over the wall and out of that pit. So wound up making it a little bit rougher, but at the same time, still a nice win there. His secondary mid turret will go down here as well. Spear lands. On the side world, checks them out just a little bit. Still, that's a second tier turret down, and keep in mind at the same time you have Draven getting free farm in the bottom lane. Yeah,
thanks for bringing it down with us. A huge team fight win. BB tries to go in to defend his teammate Trey, who did fall, getting caught out a little bit there, but he will fall as well. The shutdown going over to the AD carry, not a member you want to give that to. Is the pings on the Baron come out? Blue team want to go for this. They have a Tristana with the Blade of the Ruined King. This could be their opportunity.
Yeah, they see Draven bottom, more importantly. Plus, they picked up 2 kills, and one of those kills is the jungler. Perfect opportunity. Go here for Baron. It's 21 minutes into the game, and that just everything just signals go for the Baron. Now, that does give Galaxy Rider an opportunity to try to stop it.
He's trying. He's falling low in the back. He's going to look for this, though. There's a Dragon's Ascent coming across. He's going to try and do as much damage as he can. The Whirling Death also coming in, doing a lot of damage. Cyworld grabs the kill onto 1984, and Baby Zeus falls as well to Draven, the Baron actually finishing him off.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Great trade there, and more importantly, the stoppage of that Baron.
Oh, is Red Team going to go for the counter? No, they're not.
Please, no.
I just want to see a continuous Baron fight for the next 15 minutes.
I'm sure you do, Timo. I'm sure you do. You want nothing but death and destruction, isn't that right? Oh, yes, my name's Disciple, aka Timo, and I love dying!
That's exactly what I sound like. Thank you very much for the impersonation.
You are my inspiration.
Oh, Trey going in here on the Captain Ziploc, gets snared up. The slow is there from the box. He has to flash away. Cyworld getting Dragon's Rage over the wall. A perfect play by level 60 mage, but it's not going to be enough to keep Captain Ziploc alive. He's able to safeguard away. He will survive, but another pickup from Red Team going to mean they can take this top lane turret.
Thank you for your expert analysis, Timo. No problem.
Oh my god.
Did you just see that? That was... I almost want to backspace and check that out. Every time one of Baby Zeus's spears land, I feel like something's just gonna die automatically. And like I was talking about, not having a tank being a difficulty. If you can land a spear and chunk even the tanks down to half hit points, I mean, I feel like that's even a little bit better.
Yes, he's not quite getting the 100 to zeros yet, but I mean, it's a really good champion to have in this position as well. It can dissuade people from really pushing in onto you if you can, you bring them to half health with just a single spell. It's going to keep them from turret diving onto you, and unless they have a Baron buff for the regen, it's really going to halt that push.
Okay, so no Baron just yet. We haven't seen either team be able to commit to it, I guess, successfully. The only one that has, of course, tried is the Baby Zeus Ziploc, level 60 Mage 1984, and tell me babies JG Wentworth, but I think they may need to like cash in some of their stocks and bonds and get a little bit more gold before they try that once again. If you actually do check out the gold count, they have fallen considerably farther behind. They're down 2 extra turrets, they're down 3 kills, and more importantly, all of that adding up to being down about 6,000 gold.
Yeah, it looks like they need to call 877 cash now, because they definitely need a little bit more gold lining their pockets if they want to catch up to the items coming out from the red team.
I too saw that joke in my chat, and I was like, you know what? I don't know.
I didn't even get it from your chat. I didn't get it from your chat. I swear that was all me, baby.
Wow. Well, it looks like my chat thought about it ahead of you, so maybe.
Aw, man. GG. Twitch chat OP.
Man, look at that spear. It landed on the BB, actually did about 200 damage. So if that's a max range spear, then these tanks are going to start to outpower Baby Zeus, who is one of the real reasons that I was giving tanks not being all that effective if they get poked down early on, because you just look at that sustain up from the Spirit Visages, certainly helping them out as far as tankiness is concerned. And when they set up for these big objectives, it's all going to be about, can the tanks take those spears, can the squishies dodge them, and then of course the subsequent disengage and smites on time, and back at it once again. JG Wentworth.
Oh, level 60 mage pegging away at this, tanking up a bit of damage, but really not falling too low. They aren't taking it down quickly though, and red team is going to be there for the collapse. The Dragon Scent comes across on the level 60 mage, who has to safeguard out of there, but BB wants to chase onto this one with the undertows. He has a little bit of indecision where to go, and Galaxy Rider couldn't quite follow in there. Trey falling low on the back, and the disengage here is good from blue team. They didn't get caught out quite as much as they could have.
And in the meantime, look at Baby Zeus. He's just like sitting there in the back. He's just throwing out spears. He's gonna get.
Oh, he grabs the kill on the Trey, and he might get taken low. No, he heals himself up for a lot, and they're actually going to get the kill on the BB. But 1984 went in a bit too far, and NK is there for the damage. He falls low. He's getting taken down by that tormented soil, and he does have to back off.
Oh, Baby Zeus. This is Baby Zeus's time to shine. He's got tons of damage and a lot of places to put it. Level 60 Mage is going to go in here. Baby Zeus wants a spear. Could pick this up in melee form, though.
Oh, yes, he gets the spear, gets a bit of damage. Captain Ziploc is in there for the teleport. He does grab the snare on the Galaxy Rider. A great teleport falling to TMNK. Now let's see if he can 1v2. I doubt he can, though. And he does grab the kill. He can't quite get the kill on the level 60 Mage, though. Still the double kill for Draven.
He was so close to killing everyone. That was ridiculous. But keep in mind, when he went back to base, he had almost 2k gold in his bank. So definitely, if he had spent that, would have been a lot closer. Even still, trading it out 2 for 2, still no Baron out there.
Whoa, you just jumped all the way up to 100%. Thank you very much, Windows 8. I think that was my fault. But okay, I think we've answered it. I think we just need to call it a Spirit Visagie.
Visagie. I don't know. I like the accent on the wrong syllable there, but either way, all right.
Oh, level 60 Mage going to fall down to the Cyworld ultimate, going in a little bit too far. That ward over the wall, very well placed, giving them the vision enough for that kill, and to secure the dragon out of that one, they are going to continue their gold lead.
Okay, so both junglers taking a little bit of a different aspect. Olaf is building selfishly. He's saying, I'm going to take these spears for the teams. I'm going to build magic resistance that affects only me. Lee Sin's more of a team player. He's like, I'm going to affect, positioning by using Dragon's Rage. I'm going to, throw down a, shields on people that need safeguards and keep people away. And then he's going to buy that Aegis of the Legion into Locket of the Iron Solari that gives area of effect magic resistance. Because he's going to be facing the area of effect damage from Cyworld. The only problem is that the great thing about Syndra is area effect and single target. Plus, when you're building magic resistance, you're not building armor, and we just saw what Draven did there in that last fight. So you just look at the tank lineups. It's 2 Spirit Visages, whatever you want to call it, a butt ton of armor, and then you look at the damage dealers. You're going to have an Infinity Edge here pretty soon. Probably even skipping the Static Shiv or Phantom Dancer for Draven. You're going to have carries that deal damage, tanks that are tanky, and then you look over at the blue team, and you've got some poke damage, no real dedicated tank, and some weird sort of poke or team fight oriented composition that doesn't have a lot of tanks.
Right, that's absolutely true. Also, Tristana unfortunately doesn't have too many items yet. Doesn't have a lot of farm, only 180. About 30 behind her counterpart, but really only just a Last Whisper and a Blade of the Ruined King at this point. Captain Ziploc gets stunned up. Is this going to be the fight we're looking for? The ult goes across on the Captain Ziploc. The Ignite is sticking down. He is invulnerable, but not for very long. TMNK grabbing the kill there. That kill was more satisfying than the refreshing taste of Coke Zero.
Oh my, well, it is his 7th kill of the game, so pretty satisfying indeed. And if you want to check out, sorry, I'm forgetting to lower Teemo when I'm not when you're not talking. So right, Teemo's out of the picture.
Teemo can always be there.
NK is currently gained 1,300 gold from his League of Draven passive. But now we're gonna have level 60 mage trying to get it onto their Baron. It's about down to half hit points.
Ooh, he safeguards out. BB is there trying to trade onto them, but the Sonic Wave misses. Baby Zeus tries to grab it with the Javelin, but can't quite get it. Cyworld grabs a kill onto Tell Me Baby. Level 60 mage tries to get in there. Dragon Scent comes across though, and he gets taken down. Galaxy Rider is on low health. 1984 is there from the back, trying to continue on. The Whirling Death comes across and is almost enough to take him out. Trey flashes in, is going to grab it with the auto attack. Supports OP in this meta. Galaxy Rider now continue on up in the front. He has to be careful of Baby Zeus's javelins, but he can't stay around for too long as he's getting collapsed upon. The Death Sentence misses. This is going to be the inner turret here for our red team.
Oh, stun coming out from Cyworld. He's going to throw it down. And almost trades out the kill. Cyworld grabs it down. Second tier turret in the top lane now going out. It's only Ziploc there to defend.
He's playing a good Syndra. It doesn't look quite as flashy as the huge spears are, but he's landing some major stuns and consistently following up with damage. Oh, NK had to be careful there. He got caught up by the snare. He does have the Quicksilver Sash. Item names are difficult.
Yeah, okay, to be real, summoner icons are a little bit difficult. I can see that barrier actually being a cleanse, but
yeah, it looks a bit like it. But no, he does have the Quicksilver Sash, and that's a perfect pickup against Captain Ziploc's Morgana, because you can get out of that snare if it gets you from long range, or even within the range of her stun. You can use that to consistently deal damage, and if Captain Ziploc doesn't have the Zanyas, he can kill him before the stun even goes off.
All right, and level 60 mage had a
Cyril gets shut down there to Tormented Soil.
Okay, I'm actually going to rewind and watch that, so hopefully there's not a lot of action going on, but I definitely want to see that Tormented Soil kill.
Oh, it was a perfect catch out there.
Captain Flock just baiting that around, lands it, and then, yeah, it's Tormented Soil. Little bit rough to watch. So I'm going to jump back to live here, make sure we're on the same page.
Galaxy Rider, Captain Ziploc trolling a little bit here in the mid lane with their recalls. Baby Zeus, BM with the auto attacks, as they are just having some fun in the mid lane, waiting for everyone else to respawn, recall, and come right back to the mid lane, where we might be looking to see a 5v5 here soon. They need a 1984 to join them.
Yeah, Tristana splitting up towards the top lane means that there's not a lot of burst damage, but it is going to mean that she's going to hit a huge power spike. The reason she's up there farming, she needs an Infinity Edge. She currently has Blade of the Ruined King, Last Whisper, which is great at chunking down tanks, but it doesn't deal that much just straight up damage. So you need a big damage dealing item. I'd go for a Bloodthirster, but she already has the lifesteal. So instead of picking up some additional attack speed that you get from the Blade of the Ruined King, just going for straight up damage from Infinity Edge.
Right, I definitely like the damage coming out here from both of them. Unfortunately, 1984 isn't quite there yet with the gold, but he will answer with an Infinity Edge of his own. Oh, Tell Me Baby could get caught out here with the slow. He does throw out a great knockup, but BB is there with the consistent undertows. Tell Me Baby has to be careful. Cyworld in the back does grab the kill on the Captain Ziploc, and that's going to be actually the flash over to bring out the kill on the support. Double kill for Cyworld.
All right, yeah, and double kill. It probably should have been just one, but a little bit overextended. You can't just do that. Now we're starting to see not only the team fight difference between having no tanks versus 2 tanks, and just the effectiveness of being able to pick people off with the tanks that you have, whether it's chaining your axes, whether it's death sentences from Trey. He's gonna have to watch out for taking too many of those spears.
Yeah, those are definitely dangerous at this point, and honestly, it could be enough to turn a fight. And a fight at this point could be the game. Level 60 Mage going in onto Trey, who's falling low, but has the disengage and is going to be able to flay Lee Sin away. That rhymes better than I hoped it would.
Yes, that was actually quite successful. I approve. That's a solid 7.5 out
Oh,
of 10.
BB and Cyworld taking down this turret. 1984 can't defend it, but the collapse coming in from blue team. They try to
my
go in on 1984. They burst him down quickly, but is it going to be enough? It is. TMBB stays here on the Tell Me Baby, who just respawned. Going down there now, a 3 versus 2, a 4 versus 2. The Zanyas comes in from Captain Ziploc. The Whirling Death comes across, trying to grab the kill there, and 1984 can't quite turn it. No, that was level 60 Mage. Can't quite turn on the Cyworld, and now Baby Zeus and Captain Ziploc retreating off the backside here. The teleport came in from Captain Ziploc, but he couldn't find too much from it, and now he just has to be afraid as they are the only 2 members alive on the blue team.
It's going to be really rough to catch Baby Zeus. Ziploc much more immobile. Should be pretty vulnerable, but Baby Zeus is just zoning the entire enemy team away from there. Has spears to throw out. Spears for years, as it were. But
Ooh,
now,
time for the
Baby
League of
Zeus.
Draven. He gets the knock away. Baby Zeus tries to flash it out for the juke, tries to jump around here. He was unfortunately biding some time, but it still wasn't enough for Galaxy Rider to take out that top turret.
We talked about that split push top lane being so that Tristana could complete that Infinity Edge. Didn't make it. No BFs over there. She's a long way away. Has 1,300 gold in the bank and can't spend it because she's full on item slots. So Tristana, this is the reason that people say Tristana's mid game sucks. She's actually at the mid game point here in the late game where you can start to see Draven really power up. But yeah, you're not going to have an Infinity Edge for a very long time. That means that as far as AD carries are concerned, Draven just way on top of the hill.
Right. He's putting up mass amounts of damage, and he's surviving too. He has 3 deaths. That's going to be the lowest in game, tied with 2 other members of his team. And he's playing that very well. Now level 60 Mage could be in a rough spot. There is a stand aside, and the kill going to go over to TMNK. The 12th kill of the game.
Yeah, he is starting to get a little bit rough. 12 kills there.
Oh,
for
the
Cyworld.
ninth kill, right. I was just going to both of them, but really an impressive performance from both of these carries over here on High I'm January 1st.
Now, something interesting about Captain Ziploc is he is the jungler for Cognitive Gaming, one of the teams you guys will be seeing in the Coke Zero Challenger League coming up here in just about a month. The difference is that he's mostly played jungle Morgana, not top lane Morgana. And how he has managed to only die 7 times so far, and even less than that in lane, it's pretty effective. I mean, I didn't expect it, but then again, his jungle Morgana, we got a chance to see it in the very last of the regular season matches that Cognitive played in NACL. Brought it back in top lane. We're going to need to see a big team fight presence out of him because he's a little bit behind in items. He's way behind in tankiness.
Yeah, he most certainly is. He can't quite go in here, even though they're moving on to the inhibitor turret. That's going to be the jump in from level 60 Mage, trying to get the Dragon's Rage, but he does fall in the end. The Dragon's Stunt out from Galaxy Rider, going to keep him safe. On the backside here, Whirling Death does come across and does a lot. The stun out from 1964, but Baby Zeus is able to grab a double kill there into the fight, and he's staying alive here. Does he have the heal to stay there? TMBB trying to follow on to him. Baby Zeus going to stay alive. Quadra kill for Baby Zeus. Cyworld coming back. Is he going to give it to him with the javelin throw? Not quite, grabbing out the pentakill.
Oh my god, so close there by Baby Zeus.
Oh.
Gets the dunk down, and that's going to be a nice consolation. But the push-up mid lane could be pretty devastating. Got 30 seconds on NK, 30 on Dragon Raider and BB as well, 20 there on Trey. Cyworld's going to have to make it back and home guard its way back towards mid.
Yeah, that was exactly what we were talking about, how if Baby Zeus can really play that Nidalee well and chunk down some people early on, then he can turn the fight, and that's exactly what he did with that Quadra kill. It was all a little surprising there. It wasn't necessarily what I was expecting out of that fight at the inhibitor, but it was just what they needed to get back in the game. They're still behind in gold, but they were able to at least stay alive for a bit longer.
Now we should see probably a Deathfire Grasp instead of a Zanya's, just all offense here from Cyworld. He's almost able to just one-shot people, but has just come back to base after spending a ton of gold. That needlessly large rod up to 516 ability power.
He's trying to chase on the Captain Ziploc here. He does have the Banshee's Veil, so he won't be stunned out immediately. Baby Zeus going to try and just keep his teammate safe. Does pop the Banshees. Cyworld tries to turn around, but misses the stun. The Ignite goes down, but level 60 Mage is there. Baby Zeus falling low to the burst. Tries to jump away and isn't going to die. The Ignite there. Whirling Death comes across, but it is dodged out by both members of this team. Now BB is there for the chase, but the safeguard away going to keep him safe. Oh, is the fight going to happen here?
You can tell that January 1st want to engage. They want to force this fight, but Baby Zeus is just playing very, very carefully.
Yeah, he most certainly is not going to throw this one for his team, especially after a couple members of his team did get caught out. They didn't die, which is the most important thing at this point in the game, but still being forced back to base leaves a lot of room for your enemy team to potentially take a Baron.
No, but I really like the stuff. Timo, who is the name of the other caster? That is Disciple. He is casting with me.
Yes,
So,
I am.
Yes. Alternately known as Timo. So if you guys want to hate him for destroying the universe, you can send it over to Disciple Games and spam him about how much you wish that he would just go die in a hole. Not Disciple, just the Timo.
Oh, good. Not Disciple. Not Disciple.
Although Timo is pretty cute right now, I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty fuzzy too. I'm using him as like a chin rest.
Thank you. I feel pretty cute as well, so I appreciate
but are
it.
you as fuzzy as little baby Timo here? Like,
I do have a little bit of peach fuzz around the chin area.
I'm sorry, Disciple. I'm gonna have to give it to the Timo. Like,
ouch, ouch.
It hurts, but sometimes the truth is painful. Oh, speaking of pain, Trey taking a spear.
Oh, he's gonna try though. Throws out the box for the slow. Trey, can you survive this one? The dragon just comes across. He dodges out of the sonic wave. He's going to juke around in these bushes here. Baby Zeus trying to get him. The fillet back once again. Finally falls to Baby Zeus, who is unstoppable. But it is going to mean that BB gets caught out there trying to defend his team. Oh, that was an excellent Zanya's.
I mean, you can look at it that way. You can also say two people just got caught out for free by I'm January 1st, or hi, it's January 1st. So I don't.
Yeah, Captain Ziploc with the big plays there, but he realized he probably didn't need it against only 3 enemies in this fight. They are going here for this Baron. Galaxy Rider wants to get in there and disrupt it, and he's been successful so far this game. Let's see if he can't get in there. TMNK does have the Whirling Death, is finally going to throw it out there again across 4 of them. Tell Me Baby falls low on the side, but it is going to be the disengage here from Red Team as they try to run away.
You can see the Abyssal Scepter completed there by Morgana. That combined with the Black Shield is going to mean that she's probably not within one-shot range, which is why you're looking for the completion of that Deathfire Grasp for Psyworld. He needs to be able to just blow somebody up. And right now, it's kind of a vulnerable position for both teams to be in, because there's the Kite victory, or the Kite advantage, rather, and the Baron advantage for the blue team, which means that, I don't know, JG Wentworth, even though they may not have the tank, they have the disengage, they have the mobility to be able to stay at long range, poke things out, and maybe make up for that. The only problem is that if JG Wentworth get caught out like January 1st, Dev, they're going to pay a lot harder.
Speaking of getting caught out, Captain Ziploc actually is able to avoid the gank with his snare there, not quite getting grabbed up by that Death Sentence.
Do the Timo voice again, not even once. If you want to hear Timo, go over to Disciple stream.
Oh, that's exactly what I sound like.
Basically. He's just doing his human voice to try to fool us all into believing his cleverness.
Captain Disciple on duty. And here we go in the jungle. TMBB going to run around there, grabbing up the wolves.
I'm seriously gonna hang up. Like,
I entirely blame you for this.
What have I done?
This was 100% RAPiD's fault, but it's been an exciting game, and it's getting to be a long one. Almost 41 minutes in there. A lot of kills, a lot of gold, but just no one quite clinching it. Not even an inhibitor falling yet for either team.
Okay, so for the time being, I kind of have a little bit more of a passive role. You can see that even though there's a Baron, and what seems to be an advantage for JG Wentworth, January 1st, they're up almost 10 kills. They're up, what is that, about 4,000? No, that's more than that. That's
about about 15,500 gold.
Okay, so like I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I actually am a little bit worried for January 1st. They seem to be losing, and then you look up and you realize they're at over 10,000 gold.
Oh yeah, I mean,
every single one of their players is totally stacked. They have super tanks. Why isn't this game over yet, Disciple?
Are they going for the base race? We're gonna see the base race. Level 16 Mage, Baby Zeus, 1984 up here in the top lane. Galaxy Rider is defending against them, but Galaxy Rider is actually doing a really good job. And over there in the mid, Galaxy Rider falling there, but their base is going down here. They do have to recall and defend this. Captain Ziploc is going to be there. He does have his ultimate if he wants to get in there and stop it, but this is going to be the game. January 1st. Not the base race they wanted to see at the end of this one.
Somewhat difficult decision making, but at the same time they were very, very far behind, especially with Galaxy Rider doing a great job of stalling them out there at the very end, and the great engage, and that's really where you have to weigh the strengths of your AD carries. Infinity Edge, an item that sucks against turrets. Blade of the Ruined King sucks against turrets. Last Whisper, I guess it's okay, but you need a Bloodthirster. You need a lot of attack speed, and especially with the Trinity Force Draven that was finally completed there by NK. what works well against turrets? Bloodthirsters, Trinity Forces, top of the tier list. So
Oh, yeah.
perfect for base racing, perfect for damage dealing. And NK 10, 4, and 10. Let's not forget good guy Cyworld was able to go at 13, 6, and 11. So just huge performances by the carries, and they have the tanks to stand in front of them.
Yeah, if there's anything more satisfying than that victory, it's the refreshing taste of a delicious Coke Zero.
All right, well, that is going to do it for
All right.
our super awesome Sexy Ubercast. Thank you very much for joining me, Disciple.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thanks so much for casting with me, RAPiD. It was great to have a warm-up and then have an excellent ranked fives game. I look forward to casting with you in the future. I will say goodnight to you and your stream. Thank you for having me, and thank you for replacing me with Timo.
No problem. I'm glad to have a little bit less Timo in my life, but thanks a lot.
All right.
See you later.
You have a good night.